Hello to all fans of Naruto Lemon. I will post all Naruto Lemon Yaoi, Yuri, or Naruto Lemon stories only on the Boosty channel because Uncle YouTube condemns this. Therefore, I invite everyone who wants Naruto Lemon content to my Boosty channel. Good luck.
お前はどこまで見えている。俺の死に様か。
Mom, why is Dad so cold to us? The boy asked his mother, who was sitting next to him on the porch of the house. Daddy loves you. He just doesn't show it, the woman said sweetly, stroking the boy's head. But he shows love for you, the boy said, looking into his mother's eyes and stretching his legs out in front of him. Sasuke, it's hard to explain. When you grow up and have a lady love, you'll understand. You'll understand why Daddy acts like this. Mikoto said, hugging Sasuke with her arms and smiling tenderly. Tell me now. And what does the Lady of the Heart have to do with it? Sasuke demanded an answer, frowning, moving away from his mother. I will tell you, but not now. Looking away from his son and looking at the horizon. Sasuke, you know that in our clan. The Uchiha clan, there can only be one love for life. He also shifted his gaze from his mother to the horizon. Sasuke chuckled in agreement. At the age of 4, Sasuke already knew that the Uchiha clan valued love like no one else. And when he walked the streets with his older brother, he often saw people from the clan who were broken because of love. Someone was abandoned. Someone was cheated on. Someone was not given a chance. But there were also those who were different. They lived happily with their other half. Walking along the streets, you can see the looks of the Uchihas, with which they looked at their love. There were also those who simply committed suicide. In the literal sense of the word. They simply hanged themselves or drowned themselves. The ones who were deliberately exposing themselves to attack during the mission were the ones who beat them. Sasuke honestly didn't understand it. How could you say goodbye to life because of an unsuccessful love? There was a time when Sasuke sincerely wanted to understand them. He studied their behavior, and even tried it in practice. Mia, a girl Sasuke met on the playground. He tried to treat her in a special way. Listened to her feelings. Tried to love her. But he felt nothing for her. Absolutely nothing. Although Mia clearly fell in love with Sasuke in the 2 weeks they met. Mia couldn't understand why Sasuke had gone cold. He was nice to her, she even liked that feeling. When Sasuke treated her in a special way. But when he realized something, Sasuke turned golden. He started inviting her out less often. He even came out of the house. But Mia didn't ask, which earned her a look of hatred from Sasuke. She hadn't tried it before. Sasuke realized that he didn't understand anything. And it was completely useless. 2 weeks in nowhere. Sasuke was disappointed, he didn't try to understand anymore. That's why he was sitting on the porch now, next to his mother. He understood, but he didn't understand at the same time. So Uchihas, and especially boys, are very selfish in their love. And huge owners. Sasuke, you will understand your father when you yourself fall in love. These are the last things Mikoto said before leaving for the kitchen. After all, it is approaching evening. It is time to start cooking for dinner. Sasuke sat in his thoughts for another 2 hours until his older brother called him. And Sasuke loved him very much. Uchiha Sasuke is 7 years old. It was evening, and Sasuke was upset that training with his brother was cancelled. He went for an evening walk. At that moment, Sasuke was angry. He had been waiting for this training so much, and in the end, Sasuke kicked some stone out of anger and heard. Die. Demon. Someone like you belongs in the grave. You don't deserve to live, said another voice. Something. Ha ha ha. She doesn't even, said 3. Sasuke stopped. He looked into the dark alley. And besides the 3 guys, there was a boy under their feet. He was beaten, you can see it even from here, and the distance there was clearly more than 10 meters. And these three guys, who looked about 14 years old, were beating him, while he silently endured. Sasuke quickly attacked one of them with his fists. "What are you doing here?" Sasuke shouted at them, jumping back after the blow, looking at them with the coldest gaze. "You little one, how dare you?" shouted the one who was hit. "Hey! Hey! Hey! Look! On his back." "Son Uchi," the second guy said, putting his hand on his lips. "So what?" 3x2 looked at him in confusion. "It's Uchiha." The size of one of them, there will be a lot of problems. They are like one big family. They beat one, then many take revenge, said 3 and ran as far as possible. "I don't know about you, but I don't want to deal with Uchiha." "Huh. What difference does it make if no one knows?" said one, rubbing his cheek that was hit. And he attacked the boy with his fists. The fight ended in about 10 minutes. 2 guys were lying there beaten up and they clearly needed to go to the hospital. Sasuke walked proudly over them and approached the boy who was shaking slightly with fear. When Sasuke extended his hand to him to check for more serious wounds, the boy closed his eyes and tried to get away from the hand. But since there was a wall behind him, it looked like he was leaning his back against the wall. Did he really think I wanted to hit him or something? Sasuke removed his hand, but simply sat down next to him. "Are you okay? I won't hurt you," Sasuke said in the softest voice possible. "You're not lying?" the boy asked, opening his eyes and looking at Sasuke. "No. Come with me, I'll help heal the wounds." This time Sasuke pushed the back of his hand towards the ground. Sasuke himself didn't expect this from himself. He didn't understand why he wanted to help him so much. And why he was so soft with him. "No need. Your parents will probably be against it." "Rubbing us from which blood flows," the guy said, getting to his feet. "It doesn't matter." Removing his hands and also standing up. "The only important thing is that I want to help you. And I don't think Mom will be against it." "Thanks, but no need." That was the last thing the guy said before he lost consciousness. Sasuke is in shock. He doesn't know what to do. Take him home and help him? But he refused. Leave him here? What if he dies? So Sasuke mentally waved his hand, picked up the boy, and went home. As Sasuke walked home, he noticed that the fart was very light. "Sasuke? Who is that with you?" Mikoto asked worriedly, approaching her son. "I want to help him," Sasuke said, walking around his mother and going to the sofa in the living room. He laid the sick man on it. "Sasuke, you. Okay, but we need to start by bringing him to his senses and washing him." Mikoto was surprised by her son's behavior. He rarely helped anyone, much less expressed a desire to do so. Therefore, all Mikoto could do now was support her son in his desire. An hour later, the boy came to his senses. "How are you?" Sasuke asked, sitting next to the guy on the couch and putting the book aside, looking at him. "Where am I?" He jumped up abruptly, causing him to hiss in pain. Sasuke quickly returned him to a lying position. "At my house. I told you I would help," Sasuke said with a loud snort. "What? I'll leave right now," the guy said, standing up again. But this time Mikoto stopped him. "Where are you going? I won't let you in until we cure you. In the meantime, you can just go to the bathroom," Mikoto said sternly, wiping his hands with a towel. "Ah?" The guy looked at her in surprise. "You're not afraid of me? Why should we be afraid of such a cute boy?" Mikoto asked him, standing near the sofa. Sasuke just chuckled. "But I, a demon? What nonsense. Go to the bathroom." Mikoto interrupted the guy, going back to the kitchen. "Sasuke, show him where the bathroom is." After leading the boy to the bathroom, Sasuke went to get him some clothes, since he wouldn't be wearing the old ones anymore. His clothes were tattered and torn. They needed a replacement. Sasuke went into the bathroom where the guy was now. I brought you some clothes. He wanted to hand over the clothes, but he stood frozen at the door, looking at the guy. Although it would be more correct to say girl. Sasuke's eyes saw a female, not male body, on which there were a lot of bruises and hematomas. At first, Sasuke looked at the wounds and got angry, and then, catching himself openly staring at the girl's body, he blushed. I didn't mean to. Throwing his clothes on the floor and closing the door, he left the red girl alone. An hour later, a girl came down to the kitchen, wearing Sasuke's clothes. Namely, a black t-shirt with the Uchiha's monogram on the back, and black shorts. Sasuke felt warmth in his soul at the sight of his mon on the girl's back. Sasuke, go get him a first aid kit. We need to treat his wounds, Mikoto said, examining the boy. Okay, Mom, it's a girl. He turned red and went to get the medicine cabinet. He came back pretty quickly. The girl sat on the couch while Mikoto treated her wounds. Sasuke, sitting next to her on a chair, watched carefully. Darling, what's your name? Mikoto asked, wrapping a bandage around her stomach. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. And yours? Naruto asked, looking from the woman to Sasuke. My name is Mikoto, and his is Sasuke, Mikoto answered, smiling sweetly. Having finished with the stomach, she began to treat the wounds on her arms. Where are your parents? I don't have them. I'm their shelter. Naruto answered calmly, watching the girl work. No, Naruto could heal them herself with Kurama's help, but it was awkward to refuse. They met Kurama at the age of 5. Then Naruto almost died. And having got into the subconscious, touching the big fox, she quickly became friends with him. And Kurama became her family support. She trained under Kurama. But she was too weak, so those guys beat her. But let's get back to reality. Huh? Mikoto looked at Naruto in surprise. So you? The one. Do you know me? Naruto asked with the same surprise. Sasuke sat silently and watched. I knew your mother. We were best friends. Having finished with her wounds, Mikoto rose up. You can safely come visit us. He patted her on the head. She turned to Sasuke. It's already late, eat and sleep. From that very day, Sasuke began to protect Naruto. And she began to be offended less. After all, few wanted to deal with the Uchiha. Especially Sasuke, for his age, was too strong. Many were simply afraid of anger. Sasuke did not approach. And those who were too brave, later ended up in the hospital, with fractures. Sasuke doesn't understand. He can't understand his feelings. But he's 9 years old, and his desire to protect Naruto is only growing. And he's starting to get more and more annoyed when bruises appear on the girl's body. He's also annoyed by how people treat her. Sasuke promised himself to protect her. He doesn't understand why, but he decided for himself that he would always protect her. Lately, Sasuke understands himself less and less. He gets angry when he doesn't see Naruto for more than 3 days. And when she's near, it becomes warm inside. It's bad without her, but good with her. And his mother smiles all the time. She clearly knows what's wrong with him, but she's silent. Itachi also sighs, looking at his behavior. They all know, but they don't say anything. This also irritated Sasuke. Uchiha Sasuke is 11 years old. His clan was destroyed by Itachi. He was the last survivor. He was hurt. Alone. The hatred and desire to kill Itachi grew. But he also couldn't believe that Itachi did this. Lying in the hospital and looking out the window. Sasuke was somewhere not here, he was somewhere in his thoughts. No, he did not cry. He was sad but did not cry, he tried to be strong. Naruto brought him out of his thoughts. She entered his room. Are you okay? She asked, closing the door behind her and walking up to Sasuke. But he didn't answer anything. He just silently pulled the girl to him and dragged her onto the bed. He hugged her stomach and started crying. Naruto lay quietly and hugged back, began to stroke his back. From which Sasuke cried even more. Sasuke couldn't hold back his tears in front of her. All the feelings he tried to hide came out. He cried until he was exhausted and fell asleep. Naruto kept stroking his back. She didn't move and stayed close. They spent the whole night in this position. Sasuke woke up in the morning, first, and was surprised at how he slept. He was lying hugging Naruto with both arms, thus resting his head just below his chest. It was lonely and warm. He didn't want to move at all, he wanted to lie like that forever. Sasuke carefully raised his gaze to Naruto's face, who was fast asleep and was unlikely to wake up in the next 3 hours. She was lying on her side, hugging Sasuke with one hand, and with the other hand she signed her head. Sasuke thought it was cute. Naruto was cute. Sasuke understood. He understood why he wanted to protect her, why he wanted to hit her next to him. Why they were annoying when she wasn't around, and why her wounds were. He realized that he loved her. He loved her at first sight. Even when he first saw her and wanted to help. That's why it was nice to see his t-shirt with the clan logo on the back. Sasuke promised to protect her, and he will. Now Sasuke promises that Uzumaki Naruto will belong to him. Although no, she already belongs to him. And she will be only his. Sasuke will not let her go if you want to leave him. Yes, now Sasuke understood his mother's words. He understood his father's behavior. Hugging Naruto closer to him, he fell asleep. When Sasuke woke up, Naruto wasn't there. This made him angry. But at that moment, the nurse came in. "Where is the girl who was lying with me?" he asked, greeting her with an icy look. The girl shuddered. It was obvious that Sasuke was frightening her. So she quickly answered. "The third lord has called her to him." Another hour back and hurried out of the chamber. "The third means," Sasuke repeated, sitting down on the bed. "Well, that means he'll come soon." Sasuke grinned at his thoughts, and began to wait for Naruto to come. When Sasuke realized his feelings for Naruto, even his hatred for Itachi faded into the background. Now he was only worried about her. Naruto arrived only towards evening. Entering the room, she looked at Sasuke, who was looking out the window. Closing the door, she approached his bed. "How are you?" she asked, for which she was quickly pulled into the Uchiha's embrace. Yes, the position was different from yesterday. Now Naruto was sitting on the bed, with her back to the Uchiha, while he hugged her tightly from behind. "You took a long time," Sasuke said, and laid his head on the girl's shoulder. "I was waiting for you." "Oh? Really? How unlike you," Naruto said with a smile on her face. "Why did he call you?" Sasuke asked, ignoring the girl's words. "Starting tomorrow, I will study at the academy. And I will get the opportunity to become a shinobi." The girl answered, clearly in anticipation. "By the way, you are being discharged tomorrow, aren't you?" Sasuke said, exhaling Naruto's scent. "Are you coming?" "Well, I don't think so. Tomorrow I'll have to register the apartment. The third gave it to me to live in," Naruto said, and tried to get away from the hug. But it was no use, she couldn't even move a little. "Let go." "No. Stay with me," Sasuke said, laying the girl down on the bed and hugging her from behind. "I can't now. I have another exam for the academy. I only came to see you. But I promise I'll spend the whole day with you another time." "Promise?" Sasuke looked up at the top of Naruto's head. "Yes. I promise," Naruto said with a smile from ear to ear. Uchiha Sasuke is 19 years old. It was a pain in the ass at the academy. Especially when you're surrounded by a bunch of these fans. And guys are clinging to your girlfriend. If it were up to Sasuke, he'd kill everyone. In all this time, only one thing has changed. Naruto's obsession with Sasuke has grown. Now Sasuke has let go of many things. For example, Itachi is alive. Sasuke did not kill him, he just beat him up a bit. And before the fight with Itachi, Sasuke knew that Danzo and the third were using him. After that, he wanted to destroy the village. But Naruto, who liked her, stopped him. With the promise that he and Sasuke would change her when she became Hokage. And Sasuke, what about him? He can't go against his girlfriend, so naturally he agreed. But about Itachi, Sasuke was sincerely happy. He would be able to reunite with his brother. Naruto was happy too. But he never asks Obito and Madara. And he is glad that they died almost by his hand. After all, because of Obito. Naruto died, even for a few minutes. Sasuke used to be annoyed that Kurama, the name of the nine-tailed beast, was always inside Naruto. He wanted to destroy it himself. But when the Biju was pulled out of Naruto's body, she died. Then Sasuke prayed for him to return. Only then did he understand how important the Biju was for Naruto's life. He forced the quarter to seal his part of the nine-tailed into Naruto. He was pleased with the result. As soon as Kurama took the empty seal, Naruto, although not immediately, began to breathe on her own and her heart began to beat on its own, and not because of Sakura, who with all her might held her alive. Sasuke felt like a weight had been lifted from his shoulders. He hugged Naruto, telling her not to dare die again. And for himself, he realized that no one should be allowed to touch the nine-tailed fox. After all, his and Naruto's lives are firmly connected. What can I say, they sometimes even endure the same pain for both of them. After defeating Kaguya, Naruto became a war hero and Sasuke became the strongest shinobi. After all, when Kaguya fell, he took control of all the Biju and challenged the 5 Kage. And successfully won, even without using 8 Biju in the end. Why 8? It's very simple. He literally forced the Nine-Tails back into Naruto's seal. After all, he was afraid for her life. Therefore, it's better to seal both halves. Naruto didn't resist. Although no, she couldn't have said it better. Sasuke knocked her out. That's why when she woke up 3 days later, she went to scold Sasuke. Sasuke was in front of her, sitting on his knees, asking for forgiveness. And Sakura was laughing nearby, from this picture. Only she laughed through the pain. Her love for Sasuke did not go away, it became stronger. But she saw, understood, Sasuke was busy. And even if Naruto did not become, he preferred to be a loner than to cheat on her. Therefore, now Sakura's goal is to find love. When the 5 Kage saw Naruto scolding Sasuke, they noticed a way to control his power. But even with this knowledge, few would dare to covet him. You will marry me. Lying in the bed, which is in Naruto's apartment, hugging Naruto, Sasuke said sharply. What? Naruto rose up on her elbows and looked at her boyfriend. And yes, Sasuke wasn't the only one who was possessive. Inside Naruto is the same as Sasuke. Obsessed with love. And she won't let Sasuke leave her either. I'm telling you, you'll marry me. Looking at Naruto in response, and taking her hair in his hands, he began to sort through it. It was his favorite pastime, sorting through Naruto's golden hair. And yes, it's not a question. No, Naruto said, puffing out her cheeks and sitting down on her feet. You don't have, Sasuke frowned and didn't have time to finish. I want a normal proposal. I want a ring, and romance. Not like you. Naruto shouted at him, frowning. Getting up and going to the kitchen, showing that she was offended. Faha. Okay, you'll get a ring. Sasuke was happy. Naruto wasn't embarrassed by the offer, but only by the way Sasuke gave it to her. And that meant she agreed to be his wife. Getting out of bed, Sasuke went to the kitchen and hugged the girl from behind. I love you so much, he smiled at her. Pfft. Don't suck up. I'm waiting for my ring. Naruto pouted, folding her hands in front of her. To Sasuke, she looked cute now. Although why now? To Sasuke, she was always cute, and always would be. Uchiha Sasuke is 20 years old. The wedding with Naruto went well, they have already furnished their home. Oh, and by the way, Itachi also lives in the house with them. For Sasuke, this is real happiness, a beloved older brother and his wife nearby. What else is needed? Itachi was not used to living with Sasuke and Naruto. He was not worthy of it. At least he sincerely believed so. How did he react to Sasuke's girlfriend? Quite easily, he knows that for the Uchiha, there is only one thing for life. Therefore, even if Itachi was against it, Sasuke would not listen. But Naruto liked Itachi himself. The next day, when Itachi spent in Naruto's company, from her warmth and her light, he could not hold back. He hugged her and cried. Naruto only hugged her in response and began to stroke her back. It's too good for Itachi. And Naruto has long been like a little sister to him. Hey, Itachi, is everything okay? Naruto asked worriedly, looking at the crying Itachi. I don't deserve all this, he said, lowering his head and looking at the floor. Naruto was angry. As a child she was often told she was not worthy. But why did she not understand? And when she realized that it was because of Kurama, she was doubly angry. If you are a demon or a demon's vessel, does that make you unworthy? Nonsense. So now Naruto gave Itachi a not-so-weak slap. He looked at his sister in surprise, grabbing the place of the blow with his hand. Unworthy? What nonsense. You are still worthy of happiness, Itachi. Whether you are worthy or not is not determined by actions. It is not determined at all. Everyone can live happily, and you just have to accept the past and live in the present. If you think that you are unworthy of happiness, then who am I according to you? If we think with your logic, then I am also unworthy. I am a vessel of a demon, I am not worthy of living. Naruto said angrily, looking Itachi straight in the eyes from which tears started. No. No, you are worthy. I understand, I am worthy too. Itachi said guiltily. Yes, now he understood. He too can be happy without forgetting his sins. Live and be happy while atoning for them. After this conversation, Sasuke came. He was not happy with Itachi's red cheek. Itachi, who dared? Tell me and I'll kill him. Sasuke said angrily, approaching his brother and grabbing his cheeks too. It's me. Go ahead and kill. Naruto said as he left the kitchen. What? You. But why? At this moment Sasuke was confused. He was surprised. He said that he was not worthy of living. It pissed me off, and I poured it out. Naruto said guiltily, looking away. And I'm not sorry. Yes. Thanks to that slap, I realized that I can be happy too. So don't kill Naru. Itachi smiled guiltily. Sasuke is on a mission. Naruto is sick, lately she is sick of everything. Ramen food of the gods has become terrible. I wanted a lot of strange things. The other day I ate cucumbers with caviar. And it was delicious. Sakura, seeing my strange behavior, although I don't think so, asked me to come for an examination, which I did. Naru. Congratulations. Holding some papers in her hands, and it was unknown what she was congratulating Sakura on. With what? In 9 months, you will be a mother. Naruto, you are pregnant. Sakura said smiling and putting the papers in front of her. It's true. I'm going to be a mother, Naruto smiled happily, clutching her stomach. Sitting at home on the couch, the only thing missing for this wonderful news was Sasuke, who should come any minute now. And hooray, the door opened. But no, I will sit and wait until Sasuke comes himself. Itachi thought the same, so we didn't move from the spot. I'm home. He shouted, approaching us. Why don't you even greet us? Sasuke, we need to have a serious talk, I said, making the most serious face possible. And Sasuke visibly tensed up. What? Sasuke sat down next to Naruto and made a gloomy face. I'm going to be a mother. Sasuke, I'm pregnant. Naruto smiled proudly. Sasuke was stunned, but a minute later he smiled tenderly at Naruto and hugged him. Congratulations, Itachi was the first to congratulate, hugging him from behind. I'm so glad. By the way, Itachi. Naruto smiled slyly, peeling himself away from both of them and turning his gaze to Itachi. What? Itachi asked, confused. How are things with you and Sakura? I recently saw you next to her with flowers. Covering his mouth with his hand, interrogating Itachi. How did you know? Itachi said, blushing and looking away. Wow. Sasuke and I shouted at the same time. Itachi, how did you even manage to hide your relationship? I see you decided to hide the wedding too? Naruto said, spreading her hands in front of her. A wedding? Itachi, is this true? Sasuke asked in surprise. How did you know? Itachi looked at Naruto seriously. After your meeting, I saw a ring on Sakura. I wonder who gave it to her if not you. Yes, it's true. You really need to be a spy. Itachi covered his face with his hand. Sasuke was shocked, even Naruto noticed, he didn't know. Sasuke felt proud at this point. The birth was coming soon, Sasuke was worried. What if something went wrong? And she would give birth far from the village. Calm down. It's okay. Naruto said, pulling Sasuke into a hug. But, suddenly. Not any sudden. And. Oh, it seems to be starting. Naruto said, grabbing his stomach. Sasuke quickly headed to the shelter, where Tsunade and Sakura were already waiting, as well as some other medics. She's giving birth? Quickly drag her to the couch. Tsunade ordered, preparing to deliver the baby. The birth was difficult, but then twins were born. A boy like Sasuke, and a girl like Naruto, only they had 2 stripes on their faces. Sasuke, take care of the children. They will be called Boruto, a boy, and a girl Himawari. And I love you, Naruto said her last words with a smile. What? Naruto. Naruto, handing the children to Makura, he ran up to his wife. But the Kyuubi couldn't get out of the seal. After a few hours he was free, and Naruto finally died. It had been 9 years since Naruto's death. The children were too much like her. It drove Sasuke crazy. On the cause of death, it turned out that Naruto could not bear the twins, the chakra went out of control, which is why you died. When Sasuke found out about this, he wanted to kill the children. Because of them, Naruto died. All because of them. But when he was already tuning in, he remembered Naruto, who was waiting for them so much, who asked to take care of them. Who already loved them. Sasuke, who used to be an Umbu, responsible for protecting the Hokage, who was Naruto. After her death, he left the post, because without Naruto there was no point. He began to take missions outside the village, and as fashionable for longer. He could not be near children. They reminded him too much of Naruto. He could commit suicide, but he could not, because he once promised Naruto to live until old age. Therefore, he began to live missions. And at home, he tried to love these children. Boruto is a boy, a copy of Sasuke, only his character is completely Naruto. Even his love for ramen. Habits are like hers, frivolity and naivety. Only the Sharingan and appearance, and some things in the character. Himawari is a girl who looks just like Naruto. Only her character is completely in Sasuke. She is smart, distant with people, but not with her family, always with a cold face. But when she smiles, she is completely similar to Naruto. The twins are always together. And it was sad that Dad was always on missions, and didn't pay attention to them. But the most painful thing was that everyone refused to tell them about Mom. But they will never give up and find out. After 3 years of searching, and they are now 9, they found out what she looks like. They were surprised and happy. Himawari is a complete copy of her mother. Wow. Our mother, she's so beautiful. Boruto said while looking at the wedding photo. Yeah. And so happy. But why doesn't anyone talk about her? Himawari asked, frowning. Are you interested in Naruto? A voice came from behind. When the children turned around, they saw a fox with 9 tails. They were already scared that they were adults. And if they had found them in the attic with a photo of their mother, it would have been terrible. Wow. A fox with 9 names. And it talks. Boruto said, picking up kurama. Who is Naruto? Himawari asked the fox, keeping her calm. Haha. How interesting. You look like your parents, but your personalities have changed. My name is Kurama, and Naruto is the woman in the photo. Kurama said, scrambling out of the boy's embrace and sitting on the boxes from above. So her name was Naruto, Himawari said, running her fingers over her mother's photograph. I'm more surprised that you don't know her name. Strange. Kurama slapped his tails on the boxes. Information about mom is classified, and we are forbidden to talk about her first of all. That's what Dad ordered. Boruto blurted out the truth, sitting down next to his sister. So this doesn't let you know about Naruto? Fox asked, scratching his ear with his paw. Bastard? The twins raised their questioning eyes to the fox. I'm talking about your father. Apparently, Naruto's loss affected him greatly. But out of anger at you, he forbade you to talk about her. But why? Boruto shouted. Because Naruto died after you were born. That red-eyed one didn't love you too much, that's why he wanted to separate you from your mother. Looking at the children, Kurama said. So it's our fault that mom died. That's why Dad always smiles at us with pain. Looking at the photograph and at Dad, whose face showed happiness. In the photograph, Dad was different, not like he is now. Oh? No, what are you saying? Naruto was injected with a substance that caused the chakra to go out of control, and she died, the fox ate sadly. But who are you? The girl asked suspiciously. How do you know so much? I am the 9-tailed fox demon. I am the one who was sealed in Naruto since childhood. Of course I know everything about her. Kurama said proudly. So, mom was a Jinchuriki? Like Uncle Gaara? Boruto asked timidly. Huh. No, Naruto was much stronger than him. And yes, she was my Jinchuriki. Kurama said, putting his paw to his muzzle. Wow. The children shouted at the same time. Ah. Tell us about mom. Please. Himawari said shyly, looking at her mother in the photo again. Oh, I can do that. What do you want to know? Kurama pretended to be understanding. What's her full name? Boruto asked first, raising his hand up. Uzumaki Naruto, well after the wedding with your father Uchiha Naruto. Jumping off the boxes and walking towards the children said Kurama. Who was she? Describe her to us, describe her life, asked and requested at the same time, Hima. Well, Naruto is the Jinchuriki of the 9-tailed fox. The heroine of the 4th Great Shinobi War. The children listened with great interest, which even made Kurama nervous. She is very kind, naive, and terribly stupid. Sometimes you have to explain one thing to her 10 times so that she finally understands another. She was very problematic. Her smile was the most beautiful thing in the world. Kurama jumped somewhere to the box and took out photos from them. In the first one she was smiling brightly, hugging her belly. And the inscription in the upper left corner. Hooray! I'm going to be a mom. You know, Naruto was really looking forward to your arrival. She literally counted the days. Oh, and how happy she was when she found out about the pregnancy. Remembering all this, Kurama smiled. Is it true? Was she really waiting for us? The children asked and tears fell from their eyes. They didn't even know her name or appearance. But they loved her just thinking about their mother. They didn't know why, but they always wanted to hear about her. But hearing this, they were happy. Their father Sasuke, they knew that he didn't love them. But they didn't know the reason. They saw how he tried to show warmth, but it was terrible. But now, learning about their mother, they were happy. After a long conversation, the flies fell asleep in the attic from tears. And Kurama was glad to see Naruto's children smile. He watched them. He was happy. Sasuke when he came home, and there were no children there. He was seriously scared. After all, they were all that was left of Naruto. After he searched the whole house, he found them in the attic. There, lying among Naruto's photos. And also, Kurama. What are you doing here? Sasuke growled angrily, looking at the fox lying near his children. And you, as usual. Why don't you tell the children about their mother? With an arrogant grin, asked the fox, looking at Uchiha. They don't need to know about her. I'm enough for them. Sasuke said, picking up the children. But they want to know. Do you know how happy they were when they found out about her? And I even told them the cause of death. Kurama said, following Uchiha. And what was that? That they became her doom? Sasuke grinned, walking into the children's bedroom. No. They were not to blame for her death. The fox stopped near the door. What do you mean? Putting the children on the bed, taking out the cat, and putting it to the fox's throat. Speak. Don't be so rude. But when Naruto was alive, you were completely different. Don't change the subject. Yes. Didn't you know? Naruto didn't die without help. Kurama said, moving the katana away from his neck. What? Did someone kill her? Sasuke asked, confused. That's right. During childbirth, Naruto was injected with a substance that causes chakra to spike. It's not fatal, but in the position Naruto was in, it was enough to kill. At that moment, Sasuke's world turned upside down. He had believed children so many times, and it turns out. Who? Sasuke asked the man's name. He had no doubt that the fox knew who it was. Uchiha Miya, do you know someone like that? Kurama asked Uchiha, opening his eyes with his paw. What? Uchiha. But this is a... Yes, so you know? Interrupt Sasuke, said the fox. To which he received a cold look. No, Uchiha said bluntly. And he turned his gaze from the fox to the window. It's strange, but she says that you love only her. That all the love and care from you goes only to her, and that there is no place for some blondes near you. She also says that since childhood you confessed your love to her. Kurama said mockingly. Watching how the Uchiha's face at that moment becomes angry. Kurama could not hold back and laughed. No, he burst out laughing. You know that this is an obvious lie. And that Naruto was my only one. Sasuke said coldly, looking at Kurama. Stop laughing. If it weren't for Naruto, I would have killed you long ago. Huh. Yes, and I would also leave a sign at the place of death. I killed the Kyuubi because he got it, ahahaha. Lying on his back, Kurama couldn't hold back his laughter. How annoying you are. How did Naruto put up with you? Sasuke's hands were already itching to kill him, only Naruto, and the fact that she liked him, stopped him. You'll wake the children. And where is this Miya? Oh, red-eyed, you are such a bore. How did Naruto even fall in love with you? Having calmed down, Kurama stood up on his paws and climbed onto the Uchiha's shoulder. Admit it, the only thing that connects us is Naruto. If it weren't for her, I would have killed him long ago. Then go to the forest of death. I agree. And I can say the same thing. Sasuke said and disappeared. Wow! Shouted the twins who were eavesdropping on the conversation. Daddy had so many emotions in 30 minutes. It's rare. Boruto said thoughtfully, sitting with his back to the door. This is really interesting. Himawari said, holding a book in her hands. But look, Dad was faithful to Mom. And judging by his voice, Dad really did value Mom, the boy said, almost crying. Then all we can do is deal with this Miyu ourselves. She slammed the book shut, closing it. And with a cold look out the window. Since it was because of her that Mom died. Yes. Boruto shouted, rubbing his eyes from tears. The twins stood up and, after exchanging glances, jumped out of the house window. They ran into the forest of death. So, where to next? He asked the fox on his shoulder, standing near the forest. See that tree with the double trunk? Said the fox, tilting his head in the right direction. To which he received a HM in agreement. Come and pour chakra into it. Having received a questioning look, the fox snorted and continued. Then a secret entrance will appear under you, and Mia will be there. Sasuke did just that. And here in front of him was this girl. The girl who had killed Naruto. Quickly running up to her and grabbing her by the throat, Sasuke let her speak. Wow. Sasuke dear. You came back to me. Finally, that slut is not with you. I'm so glad. Only her offspring remains. Shoo. Sasuke's hands gave way to his throat even more, which is why the girl couldn't speak. Stop. Don't kill her, the fox shouted sharply, hitting Sasuke's hand with one of his tails. Forcing him to let go. What are you talking about? Naruto died because of her. Aren't you the one causing her death? Uchiha growled at him, grabbing him by the scruff of the neck. I want to kill her. But I can't. She knows some technique that allows you to control time. If she uses it, then we will be able to see Naruto again. A living Naruto. There was pain in the fox's voice. He also treasured Naruto. He also loved her, well, as a friend. That's why the desire to see her overcame the desire to kill. What? It's true. Turning her gaze to Mia, who cleared her throat, sitting on her knees. She later looked up at her beloved and said. Yes. I can control time with the help of technology. And I can make it so that when I find myself in the past, the power remains. I myself am from the past. Said the blushing Mia. She was glad Sasuke paid attention to her. Send me to the past quickly. He ordered her, grabbing her by the clothes. Okay, but promise that you won't save Uzumaki Naruto. Mia said, beaming with happiness. Uchiha and Kurama exchanged glances, nodded at each other. And then they looked at Mia. Of course, you know, I'll even start dating you. Just come here on the 20th. We'll have some fun. He smiled at her. Yes, the smile was too fake, but for Mia, who was mad with love, it was just right. Oh okay. I'll do it. That means 4, okay. The last thing Mia said, disappearing into the white light. When Sasuke opened his eyes, Naruto was sitting in front of him, sulking about something. Sasuke started crying, he hugged Naruto tenderly. Huh? Sasuke, what's wrong? I was just kidding. Naruto sighed, hugging me back. I just love you very much. If you die, I won't survive it. Tears were still flowing from his eyes, but he pushed Naruto away from him and looked at her with a gentle gaze. Although in principle, he always looks at her like that. What's wrong with you? Taking the man's face in her hands, and starting to wipe away the tears with her thumbs, Naruto smiled from ear to ear. You're so weird. This time the birth was successful. Naruto survived and is now sleeping. When Naruto died, the children felt different. Now Sasuke is very happy that they have children. After 3 days, Naruto woke up. And near her bed, lay sleeping Sasuke. Naruto smiled at this, and began to stroke his head. Sasuke felt himself being touched, and woke up. Raising his head, he saw Naruto smiling, and he smiled back at her. He climbed onto her bed and laid them both down, Sasuke hugging Naruto. He was afraid that it would be his son, and he would wake up alone on the bed again, and again with the understanding that Naruto was dead. "Don't die," Sasuke whispered in my ear. "I won't die." Naruto also whispered in his ear. The nurse came in because it was time to feed the children. Naruto was in anticipation. And the sight of her and Sasuke's children made her feel even warmer. Sasuke was happy. Yes, Sasuke doesn't need these children if Naruto isn't with them. Now he realized that without Naruto, he felt nothing for them. No, that's wrong, he doesn't feel anything for them now either. He only needs Naruto, and if the children make her so happy, let them be. In 7 years. Mom. Mom. Look what I drew. Boruto shouted, showing off the drawing. Wow. Is this a cat? Naruto stroked the boy's head with a smile. Yes. Hi. The girl mumbled, standing in the doorway. But Naruto saw a piece of paper behind her and understood. Himawari, will you show me what you drew? Naruto asked, beckoning him to her. Yes. Smiling like a mother, Hima was happy. Yes, the twins and the truth saw the difference when mom is a diva and dead. Dad was always cold and irritated without mom. And now he is always at home, and almost always smiles, even pouts. The twins understood the depth of dad's feelings for mom. And the twins themselves were happy to live with mom. After all, their mom is the best. That's the end of the story.